GladiEATers is an upcoming turn-based roguelike monster-taming RPG brimming with charm and pizzazz in every corner. In the main Coliseum mode, you play cooking-based microgames to evolve your monsters, increase their effectiveness, and sharpen their palette of tactical combat maneuvers. The devs were kind enough to reach out and give me a key for the demo ahead of the release. I wound up really enjoying myself here, so I felt like making a video on it. Today I'm going to show you a little bit of what the demo has to offer, including what I presume to be the main mode, the Coliseum. Before we drop into a Cal run, I do want to highlight the meta progression board here. It took me one horrendously failed run and one successful run to unlock all of Eggy's available monsters, and I was thankful it didn't take too much to do so. However, beating a run with just boiled eggs is not exactly an easy endeavor. The Coliseum mode is basically like an arcade mode in a fighting game. You have to get through several rounds against the other playable characters and beat a juiced up boss to win the run. There look to be a total of 7 characters with conspicuously enough space for an 8th, but only 2 available in the demo, Eggy and Diane. You can see up here what that character's monster roster includes, and there are a ton here. Hitting next brings you to the run customization screen. I'll admit, I haven't played around with these at all, but there seems to be enough to make each run heavily customizable. There's also a heat level in the bottom corner, and any sort of difficulty modifier in a roguelike has basically become non-negotiable for me at this point. Starting a run has the characters banter back and forth a little bit, which I found pretty cute. Eggy speaks in emoticons sometimes, which is objectively superior to emojis. Now we get into the meat and potatoes of the run, or maybe we just get to cracking some eggs. Each character has a set of ingredients they can choose from to start, like how Diane has tomatoes and onions, but Eggy only has eggs, go figure. Thankfully, there are tons of ways to cook these up, so variety is certainly not a concern. You choose your ingredient and select whichever branching evolution you desire. Make sure you pick something up that can, actually do damage. The boiled egg is a perfect starter in this case, while the cracked egg is mainly a support, meant to be stronger in its later evolutions. Selecting an evolution will bring you to its microgame. Each of these microgames are unique to the evolution. In this case, we boiled the egg, so we're doing the boil egg minigame. This part of the game is super fun and really sets this game apart from all the others. There's a ton of variety here to keep things from getting stale, and there's an interesting balance to keep in mind here. The timer. It's super simple. You have a collective amount of time to cook as many minions as you can before your next bout. Some microgames take longer than others. The boil egg one, for instance, is, it's pretty slow. Meanwhile, the peel egg game is super fast. You'll get a handle on this pretty quickly. My tip for Eggy's run is to try getting 1 peeled egg and 1 boiled egg for round 1. It's not crazy hard or anything, but you can lose. I have the first progression node for Eggy, which unlocks the boiled egg half. These guys are so stupidly strong early on that I honestly don't think there's a more powerful start. Their microgame is super fast too, it's like 1 second. You are scored on your microgame performance, and the better you do, the more stats your monsters get. I find dumping the last little bit of time into a buffer monster to be really effective. As we know from any turn-based RPG, the more turns you have, the better your odds become. Now we're in the Coliseum, where you can see your beautiful creations duke it out in lovely pixel art battles. I really love how some of these battles wind up looking. There's a huge variety of freaks to choose from. Every monster has 3 moves that define their combat role. Eggy's stuff is pretty brutal with swarm tactics, while also sporting some really powerful supports that can protect priority targets from damage. Diane, meanwhile, has the power of onions and tomatoes, and she's able to dish out a huge amount of damage and debilitate her foes at the same time. It was probably because I played Diane only after getting 2 wins with Eggy, but she's diabolical. She's way more powerful. Once you beat your opponent, you're back to cooking, and this repeats until your final bout. Here's a few things to keep in mind throughout the run. You can have up to 6 monsters at a given time. If your monster gets wiped out, it won't disappear forever, and you can further cook your monsters that you sent into battle. With 6 party members, there is a wild amount of potential strategies present in this game, and the number-crunching fiend inside me is bursting with anticipation, thinking of the endless possibilities this game can provide. Each run will last about 30 to 45 minutes, which is the sweet spot for me personally. There's also a story mode, which treats us to lovely character art and paneling in its cutscenes. Anytime an RPG does this like comic book style cutscene, I can't help but be reminded of Phantasy Star 4, so there's a shout out to all you old heads out there. There are cute little scenes you get to play out as you delve deeper into a character and learn their motivations. Finally, the demo has multiplayer, but I haven't had the chance to play it yet. As a first impression, this game checks so many different boxes for me. First and foremost, the genre and format are my personal bread and butter. It also sports a bright and cheerful aesthetic with clean pixel art and striking character designs. The on-ramp to playing is only a little steep in the beginning, but it's smooth sailing once you fail once or twice. Even with such simplicity, the endless well of potential this game boasts is plain to see, and it promises several different levels of heat and customization to keep itself interesting for a while. That's not to say I don't have gripes about it though. There are some bugs that soft-locked me in the Coliseum, and I feel some mechanics aren't explained very well. Certain movements with the controller are objectively inferior to doing it with a mouse, while others are outright impossible. I understand these things will get smoothed out between now and the full release though, so it's not a big deal at the moment. Speaking of, that has yet to be announced, so I'm unsure of how long we'll have to wait for this game. In the meantime, check out the demo, wishlisted on Steam, and well, I don't know, like and subscribe, I guess. Bye!